You want to know some of the worst upgrades that you could do to your house before you sell? It's like throwing away money, guys. Make sure you stick around because we're going to talk about that right now. Hey guys, welcome back to the NBTXliving channel. My name is Chase Bradley.
I'm Veronica Bradley.
And today we're going to talk about some of the improvements and upgrades that people are doing right now that's going to give them the worst return on investment.
Disclaimer.
So some of these things people are still going to want to do.
Of course.
But just know you're not going to get your money back from.
Number one, a pool. So we have a pool. Obviously, I wanted it. He didn't. We compromised. We got the pool. We also knew going in there was a budget because we knew we weren't going to get back what we put into it once we sell the home. We have a time frame. So the longevity of how long we're going to be in the home made it worth it to us.
Yeah. So pools in general, I mean, they run anywhere from like, we're talking about in-ground pools, not above-ground pools. They could run anywhere from like $30,000 all the way up to well over $100,000. That's kind of like generalizing it. So you may pay like $100,000 to get a pool thinking that it's going to boost your home price by $100,000. It's not going to be 100%. It's not even going to be 50% a lot of the times.
Depends on the type of pool, the brand. Is it fiberglass? Is it gunite? Is it the size of it? Does it have a heater? Does it have a spa? So all these things they're going to look at, and then they're going to give it a value. And it typically doesn't even get. It probably gives you like 20, maybe 30% from what an appraiser has told us.
We got a pool because in Texas it's hot. And having a pool is just an awesome way to cool down in our own backyard, and then having parties and friends
and relax and making memories with the kids. And I think that's priceless.
Next thing, solar panels. Oh my gosh, there's so much controversy surrounding solar panels.
While there's value in solar panels, it just depends on how long you're going to be in the home. Yeah. So if you're like a military family, or if you're planning on moving in 2 to 3 years, you have to think about who's going to pay off those panels. Typically, buyers don't want to pay them off. So it's going to be a lien on the home. If you choose to take off the panels and take them with you, that's going to cost an arm and a leg. The solar company will charge you thousands of dollars to do that. Not only that, most insurance companies will not insure the roof because there's holes in the roof, so you might have to get a new roof. While there's value in them, just know that you're not going to get any money when you're selling your home.
Definitely. So, I mean, there's good and bad with solar panels. I mean, obviously, you're going to live in a house for a long time. You want to be able to reap a little bit of that savings. Just know, I mean, so they do cost a lot of money right now. And they're not super efficient. Then maybe in the next 5 to 10 years, they're going to be way more efficient. But, definitely some things to think about before you get solar. The next thing is surprisingly.
It's very surprising to me, which brings us to number 3, which is windows. Yeah. This one threw me because I know when you replace windows, it is energy efficient and I thought it gave you more value, but again, we always talk to appraisers, and right now appraisers aren't giving windows value. I mean, it's bringing it up to par, but it's not giving it more value. Yeah,
that's kind of what the appraisers were saying. Like, you wouldn't buy a house that didn't have windows, right? So if they have windows and then they give you new windows, I mean, you're going to get some energy efficiency out of it. And, again, this is very subjective, right? Yes. Appraising is just like one of those things, right? It's like a science. People go to school for it, all this stuff, but
there's formulas,
spreadsheets, all kinds of math. You would think, like, I'm going to get, brand new, more energy efficient windows and install them. It's going to boost my value of my house up. Not so much, right?
Yeah. And windows are expensive.
They are.
And I feel like it's a great value. But you need to know going in, if you're replacing your windows, I would count on it more on being more energy efficient and you not running up your bill because you're trying to cool your house down or heat your house up.
It may make it easier for you to sell a house, but it's not going to give you any extra value. So the next thing, expensive landscaping. So we've talked about curb appeal in the past, and sometimes just doing a little bit of lawn maintenance, adding some flowers in the front, that is it. That's the chef's kiss, and that'll get you where you need to go. But sometimes people want to go all out. They want to build a big rock wall, build a whole bunch of extra flowers, building all these extra trees, do all these extra things, and it just doesn't add the value that you think it's going to add. And you're paying all this extra money for stuff that somebody's going to get there, and they may not even want all that extra stuff.
Kill it or something,
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, appraisers don't care what kind of plant is in there. Like, now what will give value though, and this is just me throwing out oak trees, like live oaks here in Texas. Like, if you have a certain amount of trees, like, that actually gives values, but that's a different video. So that brings us to our last thing, number 5.
Just general over improvement. Oh my gosh, we've seen houses that we've gone into that, you know, maybe it's like a $200,000 or $300,000 neighborhood, but they'll have, you know, super high-end luxury finishes,
like gourmet kitchen type.
Exactly. You're not gonna get a $500,000, $600,000 house inside of a $200,000 or $300,000 neighborhood. It just doesn't work out like that. It's
and
just
so
not how
while
the
gourmet kitchen's beautiful, and you have soft closed cabinets, and you know, historically kitchen renovations does give you more value on your home, but when you over improve, the numbers ain't gonna make sense when an appraiser's comping out your home within your neighborhood and they're like, oh yeah, this is a big over improvement. So
exactly. So always, you know, check with your real estate agent.
Yes.
Check with, you know, maybe some of the comps that are around you. If you are thinking about selling your house, see what they put in so that you're not overpaying for improvements, because that's the last thing you want to do before you sell your house is put yourself in a whole bunch of debt, and then you're not going to be able to recoup that money after you sell your house.
Yeah, and if y'all don't have comps, call us. We're happy to give them to y'all.
Exactly. All right. Well, that is it. Well, that's probably not it. There's probably a whole bunch of other things. If you feel like we missed anything, just let us know in the comments below. I'm sure there's a few things, maybe in your experience, you sold a house and you're like, hey, I did this and it just didn't net me anything. Let us know in the comments below. And if you like seeing more videos like this, you want to see just more content from us in general, make sure you subscribe and you hit the notification bell so you miss any more videos.
And y'all, if you're serious about moving to New Braunfels or San Antonio or within this area, you have to reach out to us. You have to call us, text us, and email us, because we're going to guarantee that you're going to live your best life here in New Braunfels or surrounding area.
That's right, guys. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.